Hello community and welcome to the Snowy Adventures of Hokkaido 100% competition. Starting up, I do have to say this map is for casual players, something that they love a lot. Basically when it comes to looks, when it comes to lighting, this is a very beautiful map. It's also the only snowy map of the series, so a lot of people really do like it. However, when it comes to gameplay, the freedom of approach on this particular map is very much, it's neither fish nor fowl. It's sort of here, but it isn't. You have sort of two routes that you can take, and those are the routes that you can take. It's here, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's like you have very small freedom of approach. It's like you either take this route or you take this route, and that's that. That's your freedom of approach right there. And you know, so ultimately, I can't say that there's no freedom of approach, but at the same time, it's about as limited as it can be. And when it comes to exploring it, it's pretty much the worst map in the entire franchise when it comes to exploring, because the way they made this map, the geniuses in IO, the way they decided to make this map, right? They decided, you know what? We're gonna put a bunch of electronic key lockers all over the map, right? And the way we're gonna make it work is they're gonna unlock themselves based on the disguise you are wearing. So you don't have to bring electronic key cards. Instead, you're just gonna be unlocking it based on your disguise, right? Well, the problem with that genius idea is that suit only, it's pretty much impossible to traverse. And of course, because they locked all the unlocks until level 20, you cannot bring anything. You can't bring any gadgets, any weapons until level 20. And if you take a disguise, well, guess what? There's so many fucking enforcers on this particular map, and the corridors, the tight corridors, overcrowded with guards, because that's what a private hospital needs. A private hospital needs a private militia to guard it. For some fucking reason, right? It makes no sense when you think about it. But anyways, it's almost impossible to traverse even with a disguise because of the overwhelming amount of enforcers that are all over the place. And because of the key cards, even if you were to get there suit only, you're gonna need to bring your own key card as a gadget, as a tool, to be able to unlock it. And the only key card on the map is in the director's office, which is almost impossible to get to suit only. But even if you somehow, someway manage to get yourself there, you can't enter the fucking place because it's locked behind a key lock. So the key card is locked by a key lock, and you can't unlock it because the key card that you need to unlock the key lock is locked behind the key lock. It's fucking insane the way they've made this map. And on top of that, even if you were to bring, let's say, a key card, unlocker basically from your gear, what's the point of it? Like, what the fuck? You're gonna bring a key card so you can unlock a door so you can get another key card? Like, it makes so little sense. It's so stupid in the way that it's made. It's the exact opposite of the bank. The bank also had a ton of electronic key locks, but there was cards on NPCs had cards. There were cards sort of placed on different positions where you could take them. This map has none of that. It is so overfilled with enforcers, with just overcrowded with NPCs. It is so extremely impossible to explore. And the freedom of approach, although there, as I said, very, very limited. I'm sorry, man, like, the best I can give this map, honestly, is like a 7 out of 10. There is a freedom of approach. After level 20, it gets much, much better. But overall, especially in comparison to some of the other maps, but under level 20, my god, is this map a chore. And I say, honestly, just graduate to level 20, or just straight up don't bother, because it's such a fucking chore, man. Moving on to the targets next, we're gonna start with Yuki Yamazaki. Let the ladies go first, you know. Under level 20, there's really only one place to isolate her, that's in the sauna when you turn the temperature up. There's this annoying ringing sound when you do that. It's very, very annoying waiting for her there. But it's the only real chance you have, it's the only option you have. And other than that, under level 20, you can also, if you're quick enough, you can run straight into Jason Portman's door without using the electronic key unlocker, basically. You can just run in there, because the door is gonna be open. And then you can basically pull her off the ledge. You peekaboo her, she comes onto the balcony, and then you can pull her off the ledge, so you can do that without gadgets. Other than that, once you get the gadgets, you know, it's the easy way where you basically shoot her pretty much immediately as soon as the level starts. You shoot next to her, she panics, she enters the elevator, and then when she's into that sort of elevator thing, you just shoot on top of it, it falls down, it kills her. So there's that. There is some things you can do also with the poison grenade that I showed you. You can drown her, you can do some things. Overall, she's not a horrible target, she's not a terrible target, she's doable. There's some things that can be done with her. But moving on to Eric Solders, he's a much worse target. He's a stationary target, just like the Meat King was in Hitman Contracts. So under level 20, the only options you have really is to destroy the heart. That's the only, there's nothing else you can do, as far as I'm aware. Under level 20, that's pretty much all you have. After level 20, you have two more options. Either the explosive next to the window, or you can poison the steam cells and get that kill suit only. That's really the only options you've got. He's a very bad target in my opinion. There should have been better ways to deal with him. Suit only. You're very, very limited, especially under level 20. It's just ridiculous how limited you are. So overall, having to rate them, in my opinion, he's like under level 20, he's like a 4. He's really, really bad. But after level 20, I'm willing to give him like a 5. However, with Yuki Yamazaki and sort of trying to rank them together, I think a 7 out of 10 is pretty good. I think she's like an 8, and she is the better target, and at least for him, there is a quick way to deal with him. He's not exceptionally difficult, he's just repetitive. So overall, I think, again, 7 out of 10 is a very good score. It's a very fair score, and honestly, that's the best I can give him. And next up, we're off to the challenges. Starting up, we have Straight Shot, that's simple enough, but next up is Cut Them Out. For Cut Them Out, this is a contract. You're gonna have to look it up online to basically find yourself a contract to do to achieve this particular challenge. Sadly, in Hitman 1, there was quite a bit of those contracts online you need to search up to be able to complete challenges. It's very, very stupid. I'm so happy it's gone from Hitman 2 and Hitman 3, but sadly, it's still a part of the game over here. Cutthroat, this is simple enough as the ninja. Not very difficult to do whatsoever. You can do it from the sauna. Target dropping an icicle. This is gonna have to be a contract. You're gonna have to look for a contract specifically to be able to have a target that you can kill with this icicle. Very, very ridiculous. Not malpractice. For this, you have to basically show the surgeon that Eric Solders is responsible for the death of his father, I believe, and also you have to give him the drugs that the pilot gives him. You gotta dress up as the pilot, give him the drugs, and those two things combined should have him kill Eric Solders. Next up, everybody's done this. This is very, very simple. Watch your back. Again, mission story when you're dressed as director. Personal goodbye. You just have to shoot Eric Solders in person. You gotta pull out your gun and shoot him. That's it. Up in smoke. This is simple enough. You shoot the gas lamp one time, or with a wrench you work on it, and when she goes to the smoke, it's gonna explode and kill her. A bit of a stretch. This is a mission story. Not a human error mission story. Here it's very simple. You just enter where the stem cells are. You poison the stem cells. You create the stem cells. Then you go up to where the female nurse is, and then you just put the poisoned stem cells in, and that gets the kill. Here is again self-explanatory. Flatlined, electrocuting him. This everybody's done. No hard feelings. This is very simple. One last time, you basically have to review yourself as Agent 47, personally going to the room where Eric Solders is, and when he sees you, he's gonna die. So it's easy, but it's stupid because you can't keep sound assassin on it. It's just ridiculous. Shooting down the cable car, everybody's done this probably by this point. It's very, very simple. If you have level 20, it's the easiest thing you can do. This right here, not very difficult. You gotta basically start as the ninja, and then you can eliminate one target, any target really. It's not difficult, it really isn't. This right here is gonna take a lot of waiting. You're gonna have to basically take your sniper rifle, go up to the mountain, and wait for it to get to this bridge to shoot her. It just takes too long. This is Dexter. This is not difficult as well, especially if you're over level 20. This is very, very simple. You shouldn't have any issues with this whatsoever. Daisy. Throwing arms. Yeah, this is a mission story right here. Now, for the discovery, right here, all you have to do is basically get a firearm and just move past them. They're not gonna search you if you're dressed like the director. So that's one way you can do it. Stacking up, the easiest way to find a cigarette is in Dexter's, basically the pink robe cowboy who's next to you. His room, he has cigarettes in there, and basically you get to him and you can get the cigarettes from his room. So that's where you complete that. This is just disguises. Demote alteration chip, this is very easy to get. Most people already know what it is, I'm hopeful. Autopilot, again disguise. This I believe is a mission story, and again disguise. Now right here you have to just turn the water pressure. Basically the water is hot, you gotta make it cold, and that's from where the sauna room is, where you make the temperature go up so the people can get out of the sauna so you can kill her silently. There's basically a thing that you turn there and it makes the water cold, and that's how you, I believe, get this challenge. The groom, again this is a contract. You're gonna have to look online for this. It's again, there's nothing you can do on the main mission. You gotta look online. Techman, basically here you gotta sabotage a console. I believe it's a dancing console. So basically they get electrocuted when they step on it. And it has nothing to do with targets. You just have to kill a bodyguard with that thing and basically make it electrocute people. Guardian Angel. For this one, there's a surgeon that has the chip in his brain, right? That you take the chip for. And basically when you activate it, he gets happy, and when you push the button again, he gets sad. And when he gets sad, he wants to suicide. So when he goes over here, he's gonna try to suicide. And right before he tries to suicide, you have to choke him out. And when you do choke him out, that's gonna give you the Guardian Angel challenge to save his life. Here you have to be dressed as the ninja, and as soon as you dress yourself as the ninja, you're gonna be able to climb up on top of the facility. It's gonna allow you now to climb up, before you can't. We meet again, this is meeting the agent. You're gonna need a key card, basically, to swipe it. He's right next to the room where the heart is, and right next to the surgeon. He's right in between where the surgeons are and where the heart is. You just swipe there and he's gonna pop out. I think he's dead now. So I believe you have to first kill the heart, and then you have to go and kill Eric Solers, and that's how you get this. Here, I think first you have to kill Eric Solers, and then you have to kill the heart, in the opposite order. Very ridiculous, in my opinion. Mission story, mission story, mission story, mission story, mission story, okay. And that's the end of the challenges, and I have to say overall the challenges, most of them were a pain in the ass, especially having to look for a contract. I think, honestly, 5 out of 10, because some of them were fun, some of them were enjoyable, but overall, having to look for challenges, having to look for that stuff, they're average at best. I would say, like, they're not the worst, but by no means are they a must-do, so 5 out of 10 is like the best I can give them. Next up, we're off to the mastery, starting with this shuriken. Basically, you get 3 shurikens, not just 1. And, you know, it's a decent weapon, you can use it for certain things. It's 3 throwable lethal melees, technically, so it is pretty good. It's not bad unlock by any means. It is unique. Then you get this pistol. You can move through frisk zones with this pistol, so it does have its uses in the bank, in this particular place, in Paris as well. It does have its uses, I can't say bad things about it. This is a non-lethal melee, and Agent 47 actually holds it the wrong way. He holds it completely the wrong way, so it's probably the worst in the game, because they haven't even implemented it properly. It's pretty bad. Next up is the katana. You're gonna need a... it's a lethal melee, but you need the briefcase to bring it. Otherwise, you're gonna lose out assassin because you're gonna see it. So overall, it's no good. Don't bother, I would say. A consumable knife. This can be good, but it's like a throwable, a lethal throwable that can move past frisk locations. So it's not bad, it is unique, it is good in certain situations, but it's not optimal for everything. Just like the shurikens, just like the small pistol, they're good for very, very niche, specific things. They're not optimal overall. Explosive compound, this is great if you want to kill Eric Solers, you know, you just throw it at the window, it kills them. So this is somewhat useful for certain scenarios. I believe it could have been used on Jordan Cross. I don't know if it still works, so don't quote me on that, I'm not sure, but it used to work on some targets, the same way the Molotov works right now. Secret 200 Advanced, this is a phenomenal sniper rifle. It's great. You have the great scope, you have a suppressor, you have a sort of a slowdown to improve the fire. So it's pretty good, like it's a very, very decent sniper rifle, I can't say anything bad about it. It's a phenomenal unlock, honestly. And then you got this bat, completely worthless. It's a non-lethal melee, but you can't, it's illegal to hold, I'm pretty sure, so what the fuck is the point, honestly. And then, of course, I'll 20 unlockable slots. So overall, for the unlockables, what can I really give it? I would give it like a 6. The sniper rifle is great. There are some things that are, even though they're niche, they can be useful in certain scenarios. I think overall it's not bad at all. I would say a 6 out of 10 is the best I can give it though. Now it's time for the stability, and from my personal experience, 100% completion on this map, I gotta say the map is pretty stable. I haven't found any necessarily huge issues. The only problems that I've found arising is using modern gadgets from Hitman 2 DLC or Hitman 3 on Yuki Yamazaki, because she's not created as a Hitman 1 target to necessarily respond, so a lot of times you can get her to sort of freeze, or the guards don't know how to respond, and that's something that does happen on this map in particular, that I have also spoken about in different videos, so that is a real problem, and because of that I have to give the stability an 8 out of 10. Overall it's pretty good, but there are some problems when you decide to bring one of these modern, newer gadgets. And that brings us to a final score when we add everything together to a 3.3 out of 5, mid. It's a middle-of-the-road map. It's not one of the best maps, but it's not one of the worst maps. It's average, it's sort of, you know, middle-of-the-road, at least in my opinion, it's good enough. That being said, before you leave, I need you to grab your AR-15s, and I need you to grab your body armor, because for our next 100% competition review, we're headed straight to the US of A, baby. That's right, we'll be hunting down the leaders of a private militia hidden in an abandoned apricot farm in Colorado. Until that day comes, however, please do drop a like, subscribe for more content, and more than anything, thank you very much for watching.